Well, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we're headed up to Palo Duro Canyon State Park for Christmas. We left after work last night and it was really late, so we decided we'd stop off at Cedar Hill State Park in up around Arlington. And I told y'all before on my Cedar Hill video that this is a good park to stop at if you just need a break or you're visiting family. And it sure was nice to have a place to come to, because this place really is dead this weekend. Well, we're inside 181. Got here late last night, about 11:30, and 181 is really easy to get into. 48 feet, easy to back into. It's a blindside back, and it's across the street from 184, which is where we were a few weeks ago when we were here. So stay with me and I'll show you a quick review of 181. Okay, so what I like and don't like about 181, I don't like that you don't get the cover over the picnic table like the other sites. What I do like is that you have a nice big yard. So if you had a big family or small children that just want to play, throw a frisbee, a football or something like that, you've got a nice big yard to do that. You have some stairs leading up to your grill and your firing area and picnic table. Let's go around the back of the site. You can really get a view of how deep it is. You won't have any problems backing your rig into this site. And since we were here overnight, I didn't even unhook the trailer. I just left it on the truck and we leveled it the best we could and went to sleep. Full hookup sites. I think that has to be one of the best things that Cedar Hill has to offer is, you know, whether you're doing like we are and stopping off on your way somewhere else or you're staying here for the weekend, you've got your sewer, water, and electric hookups. No issues with any of the services here. This is a 50 amp breaker on 181. So if you got that larger rig, you're gonna have that power that you need to hook it up. And there's your breakers right there, 20, 30, 50. And the dumpster's right across the street. And of course there's 184, that's where we were last time we were here. And then I'm gonna show you guys this looking down the street, really how dead it is. I can't believe it for a weekend. I know it's a weekend before Christmas, but really ain't nobody here. So there you have it, 181. All right, guys, so next time you're up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and need a quick place to stop off, remember 181. Pretty good site. Well, we're gonna hit the road. It's cold out here. There's a cold front moving in, and I'll see you at Palo Duro Canyon. Hey y'all, Chris the Camping Texan here, and welcome back to another episode of Where in the World is the Geo Pro? It's the weekend before Christmas, and we are at Palo Duro Canyon State Park in campsite number 119. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose. We had a lot of fun times searching the Paluxy River for dinosaur tracks. It was one of our favorite parks. We'll definitely be back there. But let me ask you a question, and I want you to put the answer in comments. Would you rather have an entire camping loop to yourself, or would you rather have all the trails open? That's what we found ourselves faced with this weekend at Palo Duro State Park. This is hunting season in the canyon, and they allow the hunters to use most of the park to hunt. So when we arrived, we found out that only the CCC trail and the nature trail were open. But the plus side is, if you look around, and I'll show you in just a moment, there's no one here. So tell me, would you rather have peace and quiet, or would you rather have all the trails open to you? Think about that for a moment, and then I'll show you around your campsite. All right, guys, so let's do your campsite 119 review. This is 119, and you guys aren't gonna believe this. How pretty is this? This is the sagebrush camping loop, and look at it. There's nobody here. I can't believe this is the weekend before Christmas. And we have this all to ourselves. This is so nice. Okay, so let's get back to 119.
The downside is there's a burn ban while we're here, so we can't have any firewood in the fire pit. We can't have any charcoal fires to cook any kind of steak or brisket on the grill. But that's okay, we've got that covered. We're gonna go up to the Big Texan Steakhouse and have an early dinner tonight up in Amarillo. So always one of our favorites. It looks like they're doing a little bit of work in the campground. I noticed that there's something missing from our cover over our picnic table. We don't have one. So I'll show you some other campsites in a moment and you'll see that they do. This site is really neat. I love the tent pad site behind the main RV pad. It's very hidden. A lot of little brushy trees, and I mean, this is the spot right here. You could put your tent up right here. It's all private, you know, and then have your RV in front of you. Really, really cool. Picnic tables are new, so that's a plus. All right, let's go to the other side. I'll show you your services. Now, the weather up here changes on a dime. We got here about 5:45 last night. It was on a Saturday, and it was already down to like 34 degrees. By the time we got the GeoPro leveled up and everything set up, the sun had gone down and we were already in the 20s. I decided last night to not even hook up the water. We didn't want any busted pipes or frozen pipes. And that's exactly what had happened this morning. I came out here, tried to turn the water on. Of course, I didn't have this water hose or the filter hooked up to it, and got nothing. So we had to wait until after 10 o'clock for the water to thaw out so that we could shower and have some water and stuff like that. But here's your services. This is not a full hookup site. There is a dump station just right up the road here from Sagebrush. I'll show you that. I'll include that video in there. It's really close. So if you have, like we have, one of the portable waste tanks, I don't know if you can see it underneath there, but you just hook it up to your hitch and drag it up there. Just make sure you do it before it freezes if you're up here in the wintertime like we are. But everything works, no problems. You're set up for a big rig up here, 20, 30, 50, no problems. Everything works, breakers are good. No problems with the water, connected up really nice. So all your services for 119 are good. The only negative, like I said, I could find was the cover over the picnic table, which I have a feeling we come back in the summertime, that cover is going to be there. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Nice level pad, no issues. Now let me take you, since there is nobody here, let's take a look at a couple of other sites. I'm going to start with 117, which is up the road, and I really like it. I think I might try it the next time I come back. But you guys know how I like to tell you where the dumpsters are located. It's right next to you, one site over. So you want to get rid of your trash, it's right there. So let's go take a look at 117. This is 117 right here. This is one of the first sites that you come to as you're coming down the road leading into the Sagebrush camping loop. There's a small trail next to 117 that leads to a trading post that you can see behind the campsite where you can get ice and snacks and groceries. But 117 is a really nice looking site. Be really close to the dump station if you needed it. Let's check your services. I have a feeling they're all pretty much the same here. Yeah, 20, 30, and 50. Go ahead and turn that off. Okay, your water, all this looks new. Your pipes and stuff looks good. Yeah, this is a good looking site. There's your grill, your fire ring, picnic table. I like 117. I would definitely consider this. Another site that I like is right across from us is 120. And I like that there's some trees, actual trees there to give you a little bit of cover and a little bit of shade. Nice little picnic table. The grill is kind of set off to the back with your tent pad site. This is a nice looking site too. So you may want to consider 120. Now the pad itself for your RV doesn't look very big, so maybe a couple's camper. And then if you look down in the corner down there, you'll see the restrooms. It's all within walking distance of all these sites. And it also includes a bathhouse.
Morning, y'all. Well, it's Monday morning, and I've got my hot cup of coffee out here because it is still 31 degrees. We spent 9 hours below freezing last night, dipped down in the 20s. It's been cold out here at Palo Duro Canyon. One of the things I wanted to tell you guys that I really liked about this site, in addition to what I've already told you, is that you don't have anybody over here on your right side. So it's nothing but trees. So once you back into the site, what you see is brushy trees, and you've got the canyon in the background. Let's talk about bugs. We haven't seen anything this weekend. No ants, nothing. No wasps, no spiders. It's been a perfect weekend of no insects. As far as the satellite service goes, we've had pretty good TV while we've been here. Cell phones, let's just go with sketchy to non-existent. Depending on where you're standing or sitting, you might get your emails to come through, or you might be able to surf for a little while, but then the signals go out. And again, that's for AT&T. But follow me. I want to show you guys a hidden treasure of this site that I just found this morning. So come and join me. Okay, so yesterday I showed you guys this really cool tent pad site. Well, let me show you something else that's cool. Behind the tent pad site, there is a small trail. And if you walk up this small trail, you get an amazing view. So how cool is that? And yes, this is in the back of your campsite, 119. Just take a look around at how beautiful it is and how private it is. Guys, another site to consider if you're looking for a pull-through, something easy to get into, is 139. It's right next to the park coast in the Sagebrush camping loop. You've got your picnic table covered with your electric and water service. And then across the street is the trailhead that goes to the Pioneer Amphitheater, where you can see the Texas show, so you can walk straight to it. The Sagebrush Trail is also there, so you can walk over to the big group pavilion, as well as the nature trail. So the next time you're in Palo Duro Canyon, you might want to check out 139 if you're just looking for an easy pull-through site to get into. So we're on our way to the dump station, and you can see from 119, this is the entrance of the Sagebrush camping area, and where the dumpster is located just down the road is your dump station. It's that close. All right, guys, so as you're coming down the main road from headquarters and you start to approach the Sagebrush camping area, you'll see off to your left is your dump station. Your dump station has a dumpster for any trash, as well as 2 connections for you to use, so that if it's busy on a Sunday when you're leaving, you can get multiple RVs in here. And they also have a nice light right there if you're leaving and it's dark. And then right down the road, you can see the sign for the Sagebrush camping loop. Well, good morning, y'all. Welcome back. We made it through another freezing night. Woke up this morning and it was 32 degrees, and we had icicles hanging off the GeoPro. Well, I wanted to always like to leave you guys with 3 activities that you should check out
while you're at a park. We've talked about your campsites. And as we're standing in front of the Sad Monkey Rock here at Palo Duro Canyon, I'd like to tell you that probably number one on my list is checking out the trail system that they have to offer here. Now, once again, we're here during a hunt. It's mid-December, so there were limited trails available to us. We had the CCC trail and the nature trail. I highly recommend the nature trail. For one, it's at the very back of the sagebrush camping loop, right behind the bathrooms. Take that trail. Anyone, or pretty much anyone, can walk that trail. It's very flat. It's easy to get down to the river that's back there. Check out a lot of the cottonwood trees that are down there. It's very pretty. You get a good perspective of the canyon from the floor. And I'm going to go silent for just a moment so that you can just see for yourself how pretty the stream is back there, and you can listen to some of the sounds of the water. The nature trail also offers an opportunity to see deer and birds. You can see where the deer make their bed at night. What I mean by that is you can see how the grass is bedded down flat. So definitely check out the nature trail. And it also comes up behind the big group pavilion, which is a really nice meeting space if you wanted to reserve for a birthday party or a wedding. The second trail that was available to us while we were here was the CCC trail. I highly recommend doing that trail. Park your car up by El Coronado, the visitor center up on top, and walk your way down the trail. You'll see a lot of the features on the trail, like the stone bridges that the CCC put in when they were here back in the 30s. The trail is a little strenuous, but hike it all the way to the end, which would be past the Pioneer Amphitheater. And when you get up there, you can see some breathtaking views as well as a perspective from atop of the cliff. The second activity I'd like to recommend that you check out is the El Coronado Visitor Center. It's an original CCC structure that was built in the 30s. It's been used as an art school back in the 30s and 40s. It currently houses an interpretive or interactive type of display where you can go through and you can check out kind of how Palo Duro Canyon became Palo Duro Canyon. One of the features that I'm most impressed with about Coronado is that they have an entire room dedicated to the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC. And probably of any of the parks we've been to, has the most information about what those guys went through. So go check out that room. And when you're done seeing all the information they have in there, go over to, it's kind of across the street, not really, but close by. There's an old fireplace that is all that remains of the original CCC Recreation Hall when they were here. So that's really neat to check out. The Coronado is one of, I guess, the more popular places for people to take pictures. You really get a good perspective of the entire canyon from that area. So guys, I apologize for the wind. It's a little breezy up here today in the canyon, but you can see the sagebrush camping loop directly below us, and in front of that is your dump station. And then I zoom out for you, you can see the amphitheater, the Pioneer Amphitheater, where the show Texas is put on, and then you may even be able to see the trading post in the background. So if you hike the CCC trail, it's not that far from the Sagebrush camping loop, and you get up here, you can see everything. And last, let's talk about park amenities, because I do believe that they deserve an honorable mention here. The staff are very friendly. They'll help you any way that you need. Checking in was easy, but let me just tell you guys that if you're coming in late, make sure you check the yellow mailbox that's up by headquarters. They may have your packet ready for you, and it can save you a long drive the next morning back up to headquarters. Also, headquarters here is a very small building. There is a sign that says 1 person at a time. So the other morning I was standing out there, it was about 22 degrees outside, and there were 2 people in front of me. So they were allowing a second person to come in because of the cold weather. You just kind of had to stand off to the corner. But keep that in mind. Check that yellow mailbox before you come down, and it may save you some time. Also, I want to talk about the trading post, which I'll include a picture of. The ladies in there are awesome. They run the souvenir shop. They also have a grill in there. You can buy supplies. They even have propane tanks. So if your RV runs out of propane, you can do a bottle exchange there, which is really neat. We had their hamburgers and cheeseburgers for lunch, and they tout the world famous burgers, and let me tell you, they're good. They're homemade. So definitely check out the trading post, and it's also close to your camping loop. There's a small trail that leads over there. As an honorable mention, if you're the more adventurous type thrill seeker, they do have zip lining and horseback and jeep riding tours right outside the front gate. So that's run by a private company. You just have to check with them as to how much it costs and what you have to do for that. If you need supplies while you're here that you can't get at the trading post, you will have to drive into Canyon or Amarillo. You're looking at 15-20 minute drive. You'll find places like Walmart Market, Dollar General. There's several gas stations, but we found everything that we needed pretty much right here in the park. So just in case you need something that you can't get here. So if you're not into tent camping or RV camping, you may be into glamping, and they have that available here at Palo Duro Canyon State Park. There are 4 individual, really nice glamping style structures, and you can see just how nice the path is walking down to them. This is A on my right side, and then B, C, and D are on down the trail. And then here where it says bathroom, that goes back into your Sagebrush camping loop. So this is actually campsite 117 right here. So something to keep in mind. There's a little bit of camping for everyone here at this park. Well guys, we were heading out of Palo Duro Canyon State Park this morning, and we decided to stop and see if Biscuits and Gravy were awake, and they are. They're just laying there and looking at us, and then we've got some deer over here to the side. They're all just enjoying themselves, and this is what you're in store for. This is a treat for you. as soon as you enter the main gate through the headquarters here at the park. Well guys, we've had an amazing time seeing all the views here at Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Right now, I'm sitting next to Chief Quanah Parker statue, which is located right outside of the Pioneer Amphitheater where the Texas show takes place. At one time, Chief Parker led over 6 tribes and has had friendly relations with the U.S. government. He also has a town of Quanah, Texas, named after him. And so we're gonna break camp and head on down to Copper Break State Park. If you've enjoyed the content of this video, please make sure that you give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not, and to our new subscribers, we appreciate your support. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when our new videos come out, which is every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And from my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll see you out at the campsite.